Hello, people off the internet. Hold up. Plan today is to wire in a fuse box into the engine bay and then try and wire this in. Now this is just yanked off an old car. A mechanic friend of mine gave me it. I don't know how much it's worth, but my plan is today is to bolt it onto the... Oh, great timing. Yeah, the noise you're hearing is the battery top up. Oh, okay, yeah. Make your point heard. So I'm going to stick this on today. That's the plan. I've got some self-tapping screws from my local hardware shop, which I made 2 visits to yesterday, because not only did I get the self-tapping screws for this, I bought some self-tapping screws for that. Ta-da! Got this on eBay. Use these. They're a bit snug there. They're fine. This is absolutely amazing. Bought that separately. Now I do know it says on the eBay listing for T5s and T6s, but it actually is a snug fit for a T4. So if you're thinking of getting something like that, that's the one I would recommend with that design, because it's very simple to install. A couple of 20mm self-tapping screws into the area. Yeah, it's down near your petrol tank floor, but you're not going to come near it. Oh, the other thing I'm doing, I actually went to the hardware shop to get some conduit, 20mm split conduit, to run my rear camera lead into the front of the van. So that's another job I want to do today as well, is get this Campark dash cam installed properly, and wired in. Once I've got power coming in through the cab, I'm going to put, my plan is to put 2, maybe 3 switches there. I've got some ability to turn on my, you can see I'm charging another GoPro, because at the minute I'm running my dash cam from that over there, and I don't want it. I want it to be fed in down there and with an on and off switch in there. Will I get these 2 jobs done today? Probably not. Will I make a complete feckin' hash of it? Probably so. Is it worth giving it a go anyway? Definitely is. But let's just crack on with this. What brand is it? Maypole light bar. Let's start tearing holes in my van, wiring some live sockets here. See you in a minute. Oh, I'm a moron. So in my van I have the Campark DC40 dash cam, right? It's a really good dash cam for the price. It's in my Amazon store below. I'm going to create another little subcategory within my Amazon store for products I've bought randomly or something like that. I'll come up with something. But anyway, the Campark DC40, I showed you before when I got the cable stuck at the back here, that was for the rear view camera. Now I've stuck that to the back window. I've left enough cable for it to, you know, when you open the door all the way, it's not going to snap. And I've channeled the cable behind this, sort of just tucked it down underneath the you can feel it sometimes where the rib is on the wall. But I've took my arm support A-pillar, I've took the A-pillar cover off, and I've fed the cable through. It goes under my dashboard. It goes over the roof and down behind the mirror. So I've got that sorted. The camera power I wanted to control from my dashboard switches, because at the minute it was a cable that was hanging, and I just wanted to tuck it all away, have it looking nice. I see people that have actually spent a bit of time when they've put the cameras in and fed it in up through the roof and down the A-pillars and all that sort of stuff. And I wanted the same. I took my camera, this is the replacement because I'm a knob. I had it for a year, nearly a year, so it was under its first year warranty, and I just told Amazon it stopped working. And the reason it stopped working, this is it. This is the DC40. It's a good bit of kit. So this is the camera. It has a front-facing camera, still got the sticky tape on it yet. It has a rear-facing camera so it can see what you're doing, and then it plugs in at the top here. There's another camera port here that plugs in your rear view camera, so it's recording 3 cameras all at the same time. And then if you have an accident, you just hit the little memory button. Where is it? Hit the little memory button here, and it will store the last segment that it's on, and that's it. It's saved for future use. Now I, like an idiot, just thought, like I do all the time, I just thought this was a fuse. It's not a fuse carrier. So I looked at it, went, oh, 3 amp fuse, cool. Snipped the cable, wired it all in to my new fuse box at the front of the van, and then fed that straight into the line, hit the power switch, blew the fuse. So 3 amp, because I'd already cut this off, I threw it in the bin. Thought 3 amp, oh okay, I'll increase I'll put a 5 amp blue. Started going a bit flickery on the light switch, on the rocker switch. What? So I put a 10 amp in, but the camera just wasn't coming on. It wasn't coming on at all. Now it does have a little USB port on there as well, so one of the older type ones. So I plugged that into the front, still not coming on. I thought, oh, I've blown that. Definitely blown it. So I started the returns process with Amazon. I said, look, can I just send the camera? Because I've sort of got everything else wired in. They were like, yeah, just fine. As soon as we get a receipt that you've started the return, because to be honest, nobody opens the boxes when they get back to Amazon. They just go throw them in a skip and then it ends up in landfill. Sent that back, idiot, forgot to take the USB, forgot to take the micro memory card out. I had to buy another one. Sent the card back as well. It's like 15 files of me with the front of the van packed up. When this came back though, I reread it. 3 amp, yes, but the output is 5 volts. I've just wired my camera into a 12 volt system and popped it. How do I get this wired in? I'm going to unchannel. Thankfully, I haven't got the pillar back on just yet. Still, I was struggling getting it on. I'm going to have to take the camera power supply off, feed that through. I'm going to hide this bit under the dash and plug it into this. This will then give me managed power. I'll feed this cable into my rocker switch, which will then power this. And then whatever overlapping cable I've got, I'm not even going to snip this anymore. I'm going to take out the old power cable that I've already wired in through the roof. I just tucked it in. It's really easy to do. I'm going to redo this, rewire this through up into the space where I need it behind my front mirror, my rear view mirror at the front, and then jobs are gone. Campark DC40, get yourself one. I think they're probably about 99 quid. There's doing a voucher for the next couple of days. You probably, by the time you watched it, you've missed it, but they're still worth it. I mean, they're really easy to wire in. Just don't cut the cable like I did, and then I have to stick a new memory card in. That was like 4 quid. For a class 10 memory chip, which was also 32 gig as well. It was like £4.50 or something. It was even cheaper than that. Oh, I finished off the dashboard, which is pretty cool. Let me give you a look. These are the console switches I stuck in, and I fed the cable in through behind the glove box. This doesn't shut. I screwed it all back in last night. I was like, why is that not shutting? Yeah, that fell off before I screwed it back on, so I have to unscrew that doofer in here and then put that on, and then that will block that because I'm an idiot. That's my big fog lampu on there. I've rewired the dash cam, so I'm going to put a bit of I'm going to plastic cuff it together, just this cable. It's all fed through, goes down here, down, and then that goes into that 12 volt socket that you see me. I've wired that directly to here, fed the negative to my new little fuse box down at the front of the dashboard oh Jesus, I can't talk this morning. Down at the new fuse box I stuck in purely for this sort of crack. That's done. I also, before I switch this on, I also wired up the third button. Now I've left a live connector sitting under the dashboard for future me. There's bound to be something I'm going to plug in at some point. I don't know what that is yet, but anyway, it could be a dashboard fan or something, I don't know, but I've left a connector point underneath ready to go. So all I have to do then is wire up the live, put a fuse in the fuse box at the front, done. Right, so the spare ready to go. Future me will thank old me, today me, for that, or younger me, won't be older. He'll thank younger me. Right, so back to the dashboard. This is what I've done. Switch that on, little red indicator, come up, dash cam, yay. So that's what the dash cam view is. As you can see me there in the little window. That's the interior camera, this thing. That's the rear, that's the front facing camera, obviously around the front of that. And that's the rear view camera at the back. Now I might tilt that down a little bit just in case. Yeah, I'll tilt it down so you can always see the number plate of the person that's hit you in the back. That's what we're building it for, let's be honest. Oh yeah, and I also changed the lamp, the little bulb in the front of my dashboard as well. The heater controller doesn't work, it's always on. The cable that runs to the dashboard just wasn't present in this van at all. I don't know how it got snapped, where it's gone, Cotton Eye Joe. There's no cable in the front or anything, it's literally manual. If I want to turn the temperature down, which I don't because I have heating issues. It just seems to want to overheat all the time. Not too much. I'm going to just interject here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I did the rocker switches. So there's 3 pins on them, and I'm going to explain to you how to wire them up, because when I installed the marine panel, I had a problem with it. It was always permanently green, and I never understood how I did that or how I corrected it until I accidentally understood it one day and then got it. So if you're looking at these 3-pin rocker switches, which I've used in my dashboard, I'm going to explain to you how to wire those up in a moment. So here's a graphic, here's the 3 pins, and then let's get to it. The bottom pin is usually discolored, so it's going to be sort of like a brassy color. That's your negative. You need to send that negative directly to the chassis, or to the negative area on your battery, or a negative bus bar if you have one. The top pin, that's your live. Now the live needs to come from your power source, so that's obviously your batteries. So you wire that in to the top. Now, the middle pin, that's the bit that's going to power your device. So whatever device that might be, as long as you've got the right rating for your cabling, that's the live for that. Now, all of the devices also have their own negative. That negative, again, has to go to the negative bus bar, or your negative on your battery, or a negative earthing point on your vehicle. It's as simple as that. Bottom one, discoloured, is your negative. The top pin is your positive from your power source, and the middle one is the power source going to your device. And it's that simple. When you switch on your rocker switch, the light is activated, letting you know that there's power going through to your device. And then when you turn it off, the light turns off as well. Now, to feed the power source, you need to put that through a fuse relay box. Now, as you can see in this graphic, at the right hand side, we have the plus point. That one pin there in the middle of those two plus signs, that comes from your battery. Then every little metal point there either side of the fuses, those are the lives. Then you would put in the fuses that you need for the cable that you're powering your device to. So make sure that you've got the right rating of cable for the fuse. On the top left hand side, you can see there we also have the negative. Now every negative point then goes onto that. That's like a mini negative bus bar. Apply all your negatives now. So remember, you need to check that the rating for the fuse matches the cable that you're using. Fuses protect cables, they don't protect devices. Cables are the things that set fire to your van, not devices. Your device will just blow out, but it's the heat, because the electricity that's going through your cable generates heat. And if you've got an overrated fuse for your cable, that cable will heat up and set fire to your pride and joy, and you don't want that. Plenty of YouTube channels out there that will help you with that, but that's how the fuse relay box works. That's enough of that. That's the first time I've ever bothered doing some sort of online teaching graphic-y thing. I hope it made sense. Replay it if you don't get it, and if you've got any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best, bye!